So I'm making anywhere between $300,000 to $400,000 a month with dropshipping right now. And I know it's pretty crazy. In fact, I don't know if I will ever get used to this. In the current economy, there's so much opportunity online and kids are literally going from zero to buying supercars. I mean, what type of world do we live in? So it's actually quite simple, okay? You've just been guided in the wrong direction. But today, I'm gonna solve it. I'm gonna go over everything you need to make money today, right here, right now. But it's up to you to actually implement it. I will give you a full system that I have implemented. So all you gotta do is to just copy it. But Henrik, why would you leak the strategy? Bro, 99% of people won't even try, even though I give them the millionaire blueprint. And for the ones who do, I need you on my side anyways. So let's get into it. I'm currently dropshipping in Europe for one reason. Forget this thought that you have to sell in America, okay? It makes absolutely zero sense once you understand this. The advertising costs are extremely high and it's simply just a dream being sold to beginners so that core sellers can make money off of you. It's simply just too hard for beginners to do it, but the reason I sell in Europe is because of the profit margins. You will be shocked, okay? I'm literally making over 50% net profit on multiple of my stores using this system. And I completely dominate the market. Not a single person can compete, and the barrier to entry is just so much lower. But there are a few things you need to understand, okay? So the first thing I will do is I will have a research document, okay, with my products. And there is a tool called Ali Insider where you're able to see how much money a store is using. You can also use Dropship.io for this, where you will be able to actually track the store's monthly income. But I often use Ali Insider for it because one of the best features is that you can see which countries are actually selling the product. So they will give you a percentage. So the thing I do is my regular product research routine, okay, which usually is on my Nia. You can also do the AliExpress method where you basically just browse this section called More to Love. But the best one by far is my Nia. You want to come over here to where it says ads, hit best of the month. Then you want to hit the is dropshipping filter and you simply just want to start scrolling for some time until you find something you believe in. Now, when you scroll here, you're always going to encounter some random products that maybe doesn't really fit your niche that well, but every once in a while, you're going to find a super good product like this one. But my product research routine, you already know a lot about, right? So I'm going to like teach you the whole system here, but having my Nia is going to be pretty smart for this. So I'm going to link that in the description. All the tools I'm going to be using will be linked in the description. The next thing I do is I compile together a document of all my favorite products, okay? I usually make sure to add in either a video of it to show like the engagement, as you can see here, the Facebook ad for it, or the store, so that I can be able to keep track of it and see how they're doing, as well as all the data. So what I will do every single day is I will come up with a list of products that I believe are winners. Then I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my favorites. So as you can see here, the name stamp has been highlighted. It's a good product. This shoe product has also been highlighted, where you can have the kids put in their custom name to keep track of it, as well as a bunch of other products that I believe could be potential winners. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a couple of them every single day to start testing. The goal is to approve around 3 to 5 products every 3 to 5 days. Then I use the red blue ocean strategy to define my market. So this is you, right? The guy over here. You're actually the guy in the back because you're probably broke.
Leave me alone! You're broke!
Because you're probably broke. But what you can see with these pictures, that the fish is the same. They're all getting 5 ones, right? But there are 3 people competing with it. And what's gonna end up happening is this big guy, the guy in the front here, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna steal all the fish. The guy over here, he's gonna catch 1. And the guy behind is gonna pay money for resources. He's gonna buy himself a nice expensive fishing rod, start fishing and get 0. So he's losing money, right? The guy over here, technically he only needs 3 fish, but he's capturing all of them because he is not in the business of competing. He's in the business of creating something awesome where he has the entire market to himself. Picture this with countries. This is if you're in the American market. There's no chance for you, okay? This is if you're in a European market. But I'm not gonna sit here and yap about markets and Europe like I always do. I'm here to teach you the actual system. The point is, you wanna be somewhere untapped where the money's at. Now there's 2 ways to find untapped audiences. The first is obviously your country. And if you're new to my channel, I want you to hear me out on this. The ad costs in the US are very expensive. Same goes with any saturated country. But the economy stays the same in most countries and people don't really change that much. So if someone is making a lot of money selling a product in the US, you could sell it in the UK. You'll have your ad costs cut in half and the same quality customers. Now, if you want to be completely like the guy over here in the blue ocean, there's obviously something in between too. you can sell your product to Italy, for example, where you have 15 cent cost to get a website visitor. It's extremely profitable and zero competition. You simply just go on Fiverr, get someone to translate your website, and your business will be booming. You just take a winning product from a market, put in an Untapped one. Super simple. Now, the second thing you do, which is the most powerful, okay, is to choose an audience or marketing approach that not everyone else is doing. Now, say that you sell this awesome fan, okay, where you basically just put ice cubes in it, you put some perfume in it, it smells good, and it's a perfect product for a warm summer day. Now, what the majority of you are gonna do, right, and this is so important, you're gonna sell this just as a fan, but you gotta think outside the box. This could be a fan that you could target to, for example, gamers. I know you guys, your ass is all sweaty in the summer, wasting your time playing video games, right? And your room smells like shit. Therefore, you yourself could be the ideal audience for such a product. It's all about choosing an audience nobody else is targeting. So don't judge a product just for what it is. Find your own approach to it, and you're not really gonna have to compete so much. So if you run Facebook ads, which I highly recommend you do, there is actually an audience selector down here, okay, where you can put in detailed targeting. So let's say that you're selling this exact product. You can target interests such as, for example, summer, right? This is gonna be the perfect interest for a product like this. Next thing we can target is humidifier. Now, the thing you need to understand though is that if you're selling this product, this is what everyone is targeting. They're all going to be targeting interest related to the fan, such as summer or humidifier. Now, what you want to do to find untapped audiences is to have a picture of your audience in mind. You remember we talked about you guys, the gamers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a completely different approach to it. And we're going to target these types of people. Same type of audiences, people who sit inside all day, wasting their time, overheating, but a completely different audience. So everyone is going to be competing for these ones, but we are not. So the next thing I want you to do is to follow this. This is my secret to success, okay? We stack up a bunch of different audiences in the Facebook selector, okay? And then we hit suggestions. What we will now do is we will get a mix of all of these suggestions, okay? Air filter, this can be a good one. And you probably wouldn't have found that just by getting suggestion from the summer interest. You could target temperature right here. It can be a very good interest. And by using this method, we can find untapped interest that nobody is advertising to. I am not doing what everyone else is doing. And if you are, you're not gonna be successful. So you're better off finding your own market and making the most out of it, whether it's your country or your interest selection. And I have a general rule when selecting interest. I will have 3 that's completely related. So that will be fan, summer, humidifier. Then I will have 3 that's thinking outside the box. Who is likely to need this, okay? Gamers, sit inside, watch Netflix all day, and something else. You come up with that. And then you want to go with a complete random one. Having this type of flow when setting up your interest is going to make you able to hit some untapped ones, right? Because this game is all about testing audiences. Every product technically is a winner. You just got to have the right marketing approach, the right vision and audience. So every week I will prepare 3 products, 1 for every 48th hour. Now, before I teach you my testing strategy, which pretty much always works, I want to explain to you how I use basic web design skills to really stand out. And it's super simple. So in the Shopify App Store, there's a very famous app that's called Gem Pages. And you don't want to look past this one. With this app, which I'm pretty sure is free to use, unless you go with the theme selecting option, you're going to be able to create your own page. Now, your basic dropshipping page looks something like this. And it's not necessarily bad, but it's not going to give your product the best shot at being successful. And to be honest, it kind of looks like basic dropshipping. I actually pulled this off and I'm making money with it at the moment, but it's still basic dropshipping. People might have had a bad experience with it in the past. So here's the entire product page, super basic. Now with an app like Gem Pages, you can customize pages like this. Now this is for a healthcare product, so it's obviously a bit different. But if we were to compare the difference, dude, from this site where you can have all these benefits, right, down here. We can have a huge buy now button. We can customize everything. And you were to compare it to my store, which is obviously not my main store. This store gets pretty shit. Now here you can see a template with other products as well. And I don't think you really need to get the paid plan because we already have some different templates here. And I don't want you to be scared seeing this, okay? Because customizing this is just like customizing a Shopify store. So you simply just add the product to your Shopify store, open it in Gem Pages. And what we can do is we can customize the benefits here. You can literally customize everything. The size of the buy now button, the font on it, We have automatic trust badges down here, which is gonna be harder to make it look as good as possible. We can customize literally anything, and we can even add elements right here, like for example a video of the product, and it makes it look absolutely amazing. So for all my stores, obviously, when I tell you that I make this amount of money, I don't make it with a basic dropshipping store. And when the customer is going to choose between me and the competitor, he's going to choose me every time. So I have stores having upwards of 10% conversion rate just because of this one app. Dropshipping 2024 is about taking the tools you have and utilizing them. And this one don't even cost money, so I would recommend it. But let's talk about how I run the ads and how do I choose the ad platform. The first thing you need is to select a market for your product. Listen, not everything will work on TikTok, but if it does, I see that platform as a little bit more user-friendly, slightly easier to get started with. However, with Facebook ads, everything just works and it's still super simple. My creatives/video ads are always the same, TikTok style. In the current economy, content and attention grabbing is what's gonna make or break you. So develop simple video editing skills is my advice if you want to succeed. Because truthfully, it's always the video ad that makes you fail. But I'll explain more about that in a second. And by the way, if you want to learn this from me personally, I have a mentorship program designed to take you from zero to a complete expert in the industry, and the results speak for themselves. Once my students have implemented this, I've literally seen an average person go from working in 9 to 5 to quitting it within just a couple of weeks. And we often take stores from 0 to 100K plus in sales super fast, assuming the student is actually putting in the work though. The system is bulletproof and I've never seen anything this successful in the industry before. So if you want to work with me personally, you can send me a message on Instagram right here. So like I said, every week I prepare 3 products for every 48th hour. But when you do this, budgeting is important, right? So if you can only afford to test 1 product a week, do that, but make sure that your tests count. Quality over quantity is always important when dropshipping. Spam testing simply isn't really needed. Each advertising test should not cost you anything more than $70, $80. I see many gurus telling you to milk it, to gather data. All of that is complete crap, okay? They don't know what they're talking about. You can tell if a product is a winner, usually even after just $20, $30 spent, because you will see it on the demand. So if you have the fundamentals down and you can kind of like judge your ads, which is simple, you just want to have a click-through rate above 2% and a CPC lower than $1, okay? Then you can judge it and cut early. But let's talk about how to analyze it and how to set up your ads. So the setup is simple. You want to have one campaign with 5 different ad groups and a couple of different video ads under each. You want to go completely broad, no audience targeting, none of that. And you want to target all ages besides 13 to 17 years old and run it for either $60 or $100 a day in a CBO, depending on what you can afford. Now, one thing you really need to keep track of is your profits. And I've been using BeProfit. However, I believe any profit app, honestly, should work for this. Now, selecting a random time from last week, like the last 12 days, you're going to be able to see all the profits here. You will have the chance to have everything calculated. As you can see, total sales, 5.1 thousand pounds. It's like $6,000, $7,000. 43% net margin. That is actually excluding payment provider fees, but it's only like 1%. Then we got the net profit right here, as well as the order count. And we also got the marketing costs. So we can see exactly how profitable we are. You can also customize right here, set up all your columns as you wish, connect your ad account to this, and it allows you to keep track of your profits fully, which is going to be very important. So the entire system is in place and it's very simple, honestly. You just got to do it right. You just got to know how to go about order fulfillment, because this is the one thing that can ruin the entire system. Having the wrong supplier here can make you lose all your money, get your payment provider shut down, and it can just get very bad. However, with the right one, you're fully safe and you're ready to go. And for me personally, I use SendDrop when scaling my stores and it's been the best experience. And I also recommend you to just have this already from the beginning, because customer service is actually the most important thing when dropship. Otherwise, you just run into payment provider issues when the customers are unhappy. So SendDrop is going to be a must-have. So for most products, they're already going to be in the system. You can simply just go up here and search it up. You can also import from AliExpress. However, if you have new products, you have the opportunity to get your own quote to it. And that is often much cheaper than regular AliExpress suppliers. Now, what you can do if the product isn't there though, you can go over here to your product selection. Then you can click on link and source. And you're obviously going to get a lot of different variants, but it might not be the one you need. So you want to come down here to source product. Then it asks if you want to source it, which you obviously do. So you simply just click source product, and then they're going to email you to the email you register with. the pricing and how it's going to be structured. So if you have a brand new product, you can still source it here, and I recommend to use it from the beginning as I use it for all of my stores. And then all you got to do once SendDrop is integrated is to just fill up your balance with enough money to pay for the orders. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and bulk fulfill all of your products in just one click, allowing you to fully automate your business. So make sure you get SendDrop. I'm going to link it in the description. But when it comes to managing a full-on system, tons of customers reaching out to you, etc., I would recommend hiring a full-time VA, okay? Business owners should be focused on making money, not protecting all money and talking to annoying customers. So for this reason, just find someone cheap on like Fiverr or Facebook that can work on your Facebook page, answer messages, work on your email to talk to your customers and everything, and just train them. But don't worry, your customers are not going to harass you, okay? Just don't go ghost, okay? Customers are okay with pretty much anything, even delays. But the one thing they are not okay with is zero communication. So if you expect any delays, you want to have a team that messages them or somebody that deals with customers, because otherwise you will get chargebacks, right? But following this, you're going to be good to go. This is the system to make money with dropshipping in 2024. I really hope you'd like the video. If you did, remember to subscribe and click the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.